All righty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone? Everyone say hello. Hello. Glad to see you all. Glad you all made it here. Another lovely spring day in North Carolina. It's the kind of day that it kind of makes you want to say thank you as much as anything else. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's say thank you. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Thank you. 2, 3. Say it again. Thank you. 2. Say it one more time. And thank you. Stand up if you can and say it. Thank you. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing. For this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! Yeah. Get that energy going. You may be seated. Yeah. Ooh, it feels good to start the day with gratitude, doesn't it? It just opens up the possibilities. Yeah. And helps us focus on what's really important. And we come here together. You're at Unity Center of Peace, in case you don't know. I'm Reverend Victoria Loveland-Coen, and this is the wonderful Chris Eagle, who will be leading us in meditation, anchoring us in that consciousness that we want to play in, that consciousness of coming together and embodying that presence and that power that is all around us and within us, that power of love, that infinite indwelling presence. How can we more fully realize it? How can we apply these spiritual principles that we're learning about to have it show up in our lives? That's why we're here, to remind each other of this, to remind ourselves and each other. So welcome and thank you for being here. And to those joining us online on YouTube or Facebook, welcome. We're so glad to have you here. If you would like to say hello, hello, I'm here, then we feel like we are connected. All right, so let's just take a moment, breathe in. And as Chris lights the divine light candle here, move over. I invite you to just be with that presence, that element of fire for a moment. It's part of this earth, part of us. And so let's anchor that awareness in with our opening invocation, which is on the screen here. From that place of breathing into our heart center, together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Breathe. Feel that omnipotent, omnipresent power of infinite good that is just waiting for us to say yes to it. And we say yes, yes. So it is. Okay.
So just feeling the opening prayer, that song, and all of that, allowing yourself to relax into your chair. And if there's anything on your laps that doesn't need to be there, allow yourself to put that somewhere else. If it's comfortable, close your eyes or gaze softly down and just allow the chair that you are seated upon or whatever you're seated on support you. Just feeling your body, your presence, your breath, your organs, all of that. And just track as you breathe in and out. Where does your breath want to be? Maybe it wants to be deep into your belly, into your abdomen. Maybe it tickles all the way down to your toes. Maybe it reaches all the way up through the top of your head. But like the wonderful blooms here in North Carolina that are happening all over the place, there are things that want to blossom from within you. They are already there. They've already been planted. They just want a little presence from you. So I'm going to ask you to allow yourself to pretend to be a plant, and that your feet are these wonderful roots that reach down into the wonderful earth, being nourished, hydrated, finding every last little mineral, connection with the microrhizomes, all of it, and pulling that back in as part of the mix. So just feel that anchoring from the earth, Mother Earth, Grandmother Earth, whatever name works best for you. And just allow that to come into you. Maybe you feel it connect all the way into your heart or heart center. And just allow your breath to be that natural pumping cycle, exchanging what is no longer needed with the earth and what is wanted. And as that continues, also allow yourself to reach up into the sky for the atmosphere, the sunlight, that knowingness, those ideas that come filtering through. And maybe you feel that coming through the top of your head, and just allow it to fall into your heart, into your heart center, so that these polarities, these nurturing aspects are mixing and coalescing together in your heart. And just allow those flows to continue, and allow that to expand. Just watch where it wants to go. Maybe it goes into different parts of your body. Maybe it expands beyond your body. Maybe it does both. It probably has particular qualities. You may get an image, you may get a sense, a smell, a hearing, a sense, a touch. All of it is good. And all of it is you and yours. Your infinite potential coming into being. I invite you to rest and enjoy that in the silence. blossoming energies to continue. If there are concerns or people or places that don't yet feel connected and in this space, please call their names softly aloud, inviting them back in to what is theirs. All of these and more, we will have our Pat Webster pray over them.
Mother, Father, God, we are so blessed to have the honor of praying for all these members of people who have requested that we send that powerful strength of prayer their way. And we do that now. For those who are working with the challenges of physical health, we affirm the wholeness, their own divine wholeness, radiating to every cell and atom of their body, shining that bright, divine light of healing. We know, we affirm this is possible, and we affirm faith in that process. For those who are being challenged by relational conflicts or distance or discontent, disconnection, we affirm that love is the most powerful power in the world. Nothing is more powerful than love. And we affirm divine order in love having its way, in love opening hearts, in love remembering that we all come from the divine. We all come from the one, we all are one. And that these relational challenges are wonderful opportunities to grow and learn and evolve in our divine capacity to love. And those who experience financial challenges, we affirm that one abundant source, that source of abundance of all the energy that comes in the form of money that is infinite. And we affirm faith in that process, and we affirm the surprise in how that may come. And we affirm the abundance of the healing that is there in all of these areas of our human journey as we navigate it in connection with that holy, divine part of us. For all this, we're so grateful and say thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
So allowing that prayer, your meditation, your blossoming, all to continue. And bring your body into that experience. You can choose if you want to drag everything forward, or you can let some things go along the way. But when you're ready, open your eyes. If you want to stretch, just be aware of those that might be near you. Playful contact only. I'm watching. And if you would connect with your eyes with any divine being in this room, at least two of them, and you have many, many, many to choose from. All right. Before we get into some more music, we have this little thing that we call a vision and a mission. Though they be short, they be powerful. And I would love to invite you into those. So let's say those together. Our vision, we envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission, we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is, and we're going to let them rock.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. So it's a little different today. Obviously, we don't have the lovely Karen or Kara. We have the lovely Alex Weiss with us, and of course, the lovely Amanda with us. So a little bit different. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. So my father and I did not get along too well. And I was terribly afraid of heights. But since working with our friend Alt, I overcame some of that fear of heights. So April 6th was my dad's birthday. That was also the day that we were supposed to go up in a helicopter. For the first time ever in a helicopter, up into the glaciers, to land in the glaciers, and then get picked up and taken home. Mount Cook is a very, spiritual place, I think. And I woke up on April 6th, and I was just terrified. And then I went to the spirits, and I'm doing my meditation, and I'm doing the things that I am, and I'm going, I wonder if the spirit of the old man is going to crash our helicopter. Because he was that way. He would be kind of a pill about things, and he would ruin things occasionally. And I thought, oh, good gracious. So then I start thinking, well, maybe he wasn't so bad. And I start thinking, maybe it was partly me. And maybe it was. And now all of a sudden, and I'm realizing I am negotiating with the spirit. I'm negotiating this. I don't think, I got stories. No, that's not. But how am I going to do this? And since the help of unity and the help of meditation and the help of everything else, I decided I would put him in my pocket and take him with me. Wow. And so by taking that spirit in my pocket, I'm taking him up onto the helicopter and then concomitantly ziplining a couple weeks later. I've been able to find a little bit of peace. So, that will explain this song. And, I get all weepy all the time, so I'm going to try not to do that again myself. The team had a lecture this morning about that. So, this is a lovely song by Ricky Byers called When There Was No Time. Time before there was a number, spirit did prevail in a song of ecstasy. And before I had a dream or a lesson to remember, spirit gently held the song inside of me. So I sing a song of joy, and I sing a song of knowing that all is truly well, and that heaven is at hand. And sometimes I may cry, 'cause I don't know where I'm going. But Spirit does prevail, as only God's love can. When there was no time, before there was a number, Spirit did prevail in a song of ecstasy. And before I had a dream or a lesson to remember, Spirit gently held the song inside of me. So I sing a song of joy, and I sing a song of heart, and heaven is our will, and compassion is the plan. Sometimes I may cry that the world is such a liar, God love does prevail, as only God's love can. Yes, God love does prevail, as only God's love can. Spirit gently held the song inside of me.
Beautiful, and thank you for that beautiful story, Chris. Yeah, I think we can all relate. All right, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the merry, merry month of May. That's where we are, right? Yeah. And our theme this month is honoring Mother Earth. And we're actually going to honor all mother energy, including human mothers. Next week is Mother's Day. And anyone who has been in a nurturing role. But because we forgot Earth Day, we missed Earth Day last month, I thought we would make up for it by weaving into all of our talks the thing that nurtures all of us, Mother Earth. Right? So, all month. Now, you know, we talk a lot here about quantum growth, right? Quantum growth. It brings to mind a sense of exponential increase. There's this giant leap forward or a sudden expansion of experience, whether that's spiritual experience or healing or abundance or evolution of consciousness, right? And we know that in order to have that experience, to open to that experience, you know, we can't be sitting back just kind of waiting for the miracle to occur. We must be moving forward, intentional, incremental steps forward toward the direction of what it is we truly want, right? That's how we get there. So today we're going to talk about how those incremental steps can really lead to meaningful progress. So I had this idea because this week I was reading an article in Spirituality and Health magazine, which is a Unity publication. How many people are aware of that? Yeah, it's a good one. And Kelly Isola had written an article, and she was sharing about a knee issue that she had and was experiencing some frustration at how long it was taking to heal. Anyone been there? And she was going to physical therapy diligently, and her physical therapist said, well, actually, you are increasing your range of motion by 10 degrees. And initially, she was discouraged. 10 degrees, big whoop, right? But then she started thinking, well, how significant 10 degrees can be in other contexts, right? So temperature-wise, 10 degrees can be the difference between rain, a nice rain, or a damaging snowstorm. It could be the difference between whether your outdoor plants freeze or whether they get a good watering. It could make a big difference for someone who's living on the street. The difference between 33 degrees and 23 degrees, that could be significant. And we know that just 2 degrees of overall rise in global temperature can be the difference between whether we survive or we're facing catastrophic climate change, right? So, small steps, incremental steps, can lead to a quantum impact. Now, let's take this idea and talk about it in terms of incremental steps toward realizing our full divine potential. Okay, so we know that in order to grow spiritually, we need to engage in some kind of practice, right? To nurture our spirit, to engage our heart, to apply these spiritual principles. We do need some sort of a regular practice, whether that's meditation or affirmative prayer work or connecting with spirit and nature or the crystal singing bowls or chanting or whatever is meaningful for you, right? Because honestly, being centered in love and peace, regardless of what's happening around us, doesn't come naturally. It just doesn't come naturally. It takes practice. We need to practice it. But here's the thing. Many people find it difficult, challenging to be able to do a regular practice. So let's look at how the 10% rule can help us out here. Okay, so let's say that, you say, I don't have time to meditate. I can't meditate. I don't have time. Well, you might want to ask yourself, can I carve out 10 minutes today and sit in the silence or listen to a guided meditation thing? That might help, right? Or if you say, like me, this is mine, I can't possibly go to yoga class 3 times a week. I just can't do that. But then I ask myself, well, can you go once a week? I'm like, yeah. And I have to say that once a week, I'm making some progress. A little different in high heels. Or if you say, like many of you do, I can't possibly go to all the events they have every week at Unity Center of Peace. But can you go to one? Yeah, right. Or if you're doing you know how personal growth books, they always have so many exercises. I can't possibly do all the exercises in this book. But can you do 10%, right? Because all of that just adds up and makes a meaningful change. Now, if you already have a spiritual practice, you might want to ask yourself the question, can I increase it 10%? Whether that's longer meditation, or maybe you want to add something else, some other spiritual practice in there, and just experiment with it and see how you feel. Notice any shift in your ability to be centered in peace and love. Now, this same principle of 10% can also apply to any goal that you want to accomplish. Whether that's you're growing your business, or you want to write a book, or you want to add an exercise routine into your life, or you want to eat healthier, or you want to add more play into your day. That's my goal. Or you want to increase your loving relationships. How does the 10% rule apply? How can you dedicate 10% more of your time and your resources to focusing on something that's really important to you? Right? Small incremental steps can make a big impact. Okay, let's now shift to this idea of caring for our planet, lessening our carbon footprint, doing our part. How does the 10%, what can we do 10%? There's probably a lot of ideas. I'm just going to mention some. You might have some that we can talk about too. How about buying 10% less plastic, using 10% less plastic? Now, that's actually easier today than it ever has been because there's a lot of alternatives. You don't have to buy water in a plastic bottle anymore. They have it in aluminum cans or those paper, box cartons, right? Which really are recyclable. Yes, you want to put your plastic in the recyclable bin, but I hate to say that much less than 10% of that actually gets recycled. So we want to eliminate as much as possible. Those big jugs of laundry detergent, liquid laundry detergent. You can buy laundry detergent in sheets now that come in a paper envelope, right? And more restaurants are using compostable containers. And if they don't, ask them and say, well, I'll come back when you switch to compostable. So again, you can't eliminate 100% of plastic. It's just not possible. But 10%? Yeah. Okay, how about buying 10% less stuff? Now, the tariffs are going to help us in that. Whether we like it or not, we're all going to be buying much less stuff. Most of it comes from China, right? So that's going to be automatic. So my daughter buys all of her clothes at a thrift store. Vintage, Mom, it's vintage. And she's always coming up to me saying, guess how much I paid for this dress? And I'm like, I don't know, $50, $60, $10. I paid $10 for this, Mom, and it looks good. Now, I have to say personally, honestly, I have a little trouble buying something that somebody else has been sweating in. It's just a personal thing. I know they wash it, but can I do 10%? Yes, I can. Especially if it helps the environment, right? Which it does. It's a big impact. The other thing that's like that is composting, which is a big commitment. We do it, but it's kind of a pain. But every time I hear that composting just, it reduces the amount of waste in the landfills, which then reduces the methane emissions, and it also creates this very rich soil that helps to replace, the nourishing, they scrape off the topsoil in modern life. So that creates this that really nourishes, right? So, okay, I can do that. So I would encourage you to consider thinking about 10% of your waste, of vegetable waste, or what's gone bad in your refrigerator. Or is that just my refrigerator? No, it's not just mine. Okay.
That's why I have 4 dogs.
Oh, okay. Keep her real fed that way. So put it in if you don't have a dog, put it in your compost bag, and you can take it to the farmer's market. Chris tells me that the farmer's market has a compost bin, And on Saturday, they bring it out, but it's there all the time. Or you can bring it here. We have a compost bin here, too. Just 10%. Okay, the last thing I have, there's lots of different, but the time. So last thing I want to mention is reducing meat and dairy consumption can really significantly, just a couple days a week, can significantly lower your carbon footprint. Switch to a plant-based diet 1 or 2 days a week, and it can make a big impact. And if we all did it, together, can be significant. Suddenly it got very quiet. Okay, where else have we heard about 10%? Oh! Tithing, you're on top of it, yeah. See, if you were in Los Angeles and I asked that question, they would say, well, that's what an agent takes, 10%. But we're here, so yeah. So tithing literally means 10%. And the idea is to share 10% of your income with the source of your spiritual support. So as you do, you are not only supporting the organization that's meaningful for you, that supports you and your spiritual growth, but you're also initiating the law of circulation in your life. As you give, so do you receive. It's not just a biblical thing, it's a spiritual principle, right? It's a spiritual principle. It's like we're activating our power of faith, that we trust that as we're creating a vacuum, that the universe rushes in to fill it with abundance, right? It's like breathing, exhaling. You got to exhale. Everybody take this deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. I bet you're wanting to exhale about right now, right? Exhale. It takes both. You need to exhale and inhale for all forms of life. Now, at Unity Center of Peace, we are transitioning away from the term tithing because it has a lot of baggage. People feel like there's this obligation. It's either sort of brings up feelings of obligation, or people do it just to see the increase in abundance in their life rather than from a place of love, right? So it's transactional. So here we are moving towards the concept of generous giving, because that's really what it is. It's giving from a place of love and the awareness of the divine overflow. There is a divine overflow, right, that we want to get and open to the flow of. That divine overflow. Now, some people ask me, well, what's the 10%? Why 10%, right? Well, it's biblical, right? It's in Malachi chapter 3, verse 10, I think, but in other places as well. And some people believe it's just that 10% is a sacred formula. As Waldo tells me, the number 10 is the number of power, But I remember something that Eric Butterworth says in his book, Spiritual Economics, really great book. He said something about that 10% is like the training wheels on a bike. You do it until you develop a natural, charitable heart, an open heart, a generous heart. So it's sort of training our brain. So for me, though, I believe that more important than the number is the energy from which it arises, right? If it's arising from a place of love, from a spirit of generosity, then that Ooh, that's actually been scientifically proven to add to your well-being, to enhance your well-being. And to allow you to share that energy, that positive energy into the world, which, as it turns out, attracts more to you. More good, more love, more beneficial circumstances, and yes, more abundance. But that's not why we do it, right? So we want to be clear about that. So whatever it is you choose to share with your spiritual community, and it is your spiritual community, your choice, I would ask you to either think about an incremental increase, for a couple of months, see what shows up in your life, or really ground in the awareness that this is coming from love, that you're connecting with that spirit of divine overflow. You're connecting with that energy of giving, right? Either of those two things. Play with that and see what shifts in your life. Okay? Again, kind of quiet. All right, so where else would you like to see big change?
I'd like to see more people bring their used cartridges to support.
Can you bring 10% more of your used cartridges? We have a recycling program going on. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Oh.
Pick it up. I'm trying to make picking up litter sexy.
I like it. I'm going to take one more because I do have a place I'm going to. Teresa.
Well, I would like to see the consciousness of the United States change so that we stop othering others.
That's where I'm headed, girl. That's exactly where I'm headed. Yeah. I mean, do you feel a little overwhelmed? A little frightened? Maybe like, so much so that you become paralyzed, that you don't know what to do, or there's just so many things to address, you just don't know where to start. Or if anything you're doing is making any difference. Anybody feeling that way? Yeah, just about all of you. Okay, so let me say this first. We are divine beings living in this very imperfect human world, right? And we want to live into both aspects of our being. This is what we were studying the last 6 weeks with that book study group. Living fully into our divinity, embracing 100% the divinity that we are. And also living fully into our humanness, embracing 100% of our humanness and bringing that together, that creates wholeness. So, our response then needs to be two-pronged, right? Our response to injustice, human rights abuses, the repealing of any kind of climate thing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Two-pronged. First and foremost, as spiritual beings, we want to embrace compassion for everyone and offer massive prayer to all involved. First and foremost. Secondly, the humanness of us, we want to activate our power of power to be able to stand up and speak out when it's important. And so I believe we can all do 10% more of those things. Okay. You on board? Aho. 10% more compassion. Who can do that? Yeah. 10% more prayer into the world, into all involved. 10% more calling your representatives, or whatever it is, if you show up for a march or work on a campaign, whatever it is that's calling to you. 10%, again, small incremental steps lead to a big impact. Whether we're focused on our spiritual growth or accomplishing a goal that's important to us, or lessening our carbon footprint, or practicing generosity, or helping to create a world that works for everyone, those intentional, incremental steps taken on a consistent basis can lead to a quantum shift. Yes? Yes. Okay. 10%. Well, I got 10%ers here. Everywhere. All right. Thank you. Namaste.
All right. As I said earlier, we have the lovely Alex Weiss here with us playing some congas and contributing on woodwinds. We are going to do a song by Herbie Hancock. It is an instrumental song, and it is called Tell Me a Bedtime Story, and it's got a very nice Latin groove with Andres and Alex behind it. So here we go.
Herbie Whiteneck. Thank you. Ah, yes. So that's an example of that generosity bursting forth. I don't know if you can measure it as 10%, but it is coming forth. I got one for 100%. So, there are many, many ways of being generous in the world. And as we focus on those, and since, there's the banning of AI or artificial intelligence, it is way underrated compared to II or SI, and I'm not talking about a joint. Spiritual intelligence or inner intelligence. Yes, your SIs are fine too, but it's not the same thing. And so that's what Reverend Vittoria was talking about, dropping into that generosity. That's your own culmination of your inner intelligence that you're tapping into. And if we say yes to that, 10% yes more for that. Yes? Yes. Okay, that's what we're about here. So there are many ways that you can give, and we have more colors now, so I'm going to just show you got different colors of all kinds of things. So if you use the QR code or any of those options, we do have this blue card so you can actually have that experience of putting something into the bowl. And those of you that have signed up to be a conscious sustainer, we have the green card. And we always have the cash check one as well. So any way you do it, the key is tapping into that love. So would you hold whatever representation of what you are giving? If you are here for the first time, just soak it up and be here. If you want to give, great. But would you join me in our blessing, which is on the screen? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. Power of now is here now. Power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Power of love is here now. Power of now is here now. Power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Yes. And see, the abundance keeps coming. All right. Would you aim your hands at these bowls? This representation of the love that we all are giving through this community. Unity Center of Peace. And how that shifts through the entire world. This goes through this community, supporting members, staff, everyone in this midst, and goes out into the economy, blessing and multiplying wherever it goes. This is our love impacting the world, and it flows, flows, and flows. And it comes back to the givers in the right ways, in the right time, in the right stuff. And so it is. All right. And I'm handing Leah the prayer request box. So if you have anything that is stuck in your head or your heart, you can write out a prayer request. It'll be out in the foyer. Put it in there, and our trained prayer partners pray over that for at least 30 days. And for those of you that are joining us new, thank you for doing that. If you came in for the first time, you probably received a packet. If you would fill out that card that's on it, that would be wonderful. And I would like to celebrate anybody who's been back second or third time, if you would raise your hand. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Evidently, we got something good going on. Yeah. All right. And we have these wonderful flowers that are adorning our altar. And it is from our very own Reverend Victoria. Yes. And so I want to read the dedication. These are dedicated to our amazing AV team who succeeds every Sunday in making, yes. Dare I say it's the AV corner. So they make the in-person Sunday service and online live stream experience the best it can be. There are all kinds of things that happen back there all the time, and they're on top of it. So thank you, Mark Kinsey, Roshana Ariel, Robbie Robbins, and Chris Eagle, whoever that is. So thank you. And I want to really shout out to them because I get to come in here and go, oh, do you have anything going on? And like, oh, no, we took care of it. So, yes. So it's really, really working, and thank you. So I think with that, we're off to some more music.
We are. We have a special guest coming up to join us, and we are trying a new thing here with the lyrics on the screen. So we're moving towards getting that as a regular part of the program. This is Dana Cohen. He's friends with somebody around here. I don't know. So this is a song by Jack Johnson. It will become evident what the purpose of this song is. And without further ado,
3, it's a magic number.
yes, it is.
It's a magic number. Because 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 6 is
18.
An 18th letter in the alphabet is R. Yeah. We got 3 R's we're gonna talk about today. We gotta learn to reuse, cycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, if you're going to the market to buy some juice, you gotta bring your own bags and learn to reduce your waste. We gotta learn to reduce. And if your brother or your sister got some cool clothes, you could try them on before you buy more of those. Reuse. We gotta learn to reuse. And if the first 2 R's don't work out, if you gotta make some trash, don't throw it out. Recycle. We gotta learn to recycle. We gotta learn to reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Because 3 is a magic number. 3 is a magic number. 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 33, 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. It's a magic number. 3. It's a magic number. Number.
So what's that number? 3. Got it. All right. It's the magic number. All right. So we're going to launch into Sunday announcements, and it is the beginning of the month. So yes, Earth Day, birthdays, all that fun stuff. So we have our very own special birthday song. That our very own, see, this is coming out of the AV corner. Now we've got Roshana coming to the front. Help us out on this particular birthday song that she has brought to us. I don't know, anybody have a birthday in May? There's that one. There's that one. And there's mine. All right.
There's the lyrics. Help us out now.
Happy birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive. You're right from the earth. Bless the day your birth. Bless the day your birthday. Your birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive.
Your gift to the earth. Bless the day of your birth. Bless the day of your birth.
So you will get celebrated in our Sacred Cafe, which will be happening outside after the service. So everybody help partake in cake. Sorry, live streamers, it's not going to fit through the camera. Just not working. We're not going to try that. Otherwise, the AV team's going to be not so happy. All right. So we love to do a lot of things in this group, and part of it is having more fun. And somebody wanted playtime that I heard that was already on the stage. So this coming Tuesday, the social committee is getting us out. Brunch and games, Tuesday, May 6th. So that's this coming Tuesday, 2 days from now. There's details there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Contact Mel, our wonderful person who is in the office right now and also running the live stream. So yes, all of that's happening. Partake of that. And if you have any questions, please see Mel. All right. Also, this week, and we had this whole entourage of things, and we are now to the Buddha Day celebration, which is the Wesak, otherwise known as Buddha Day, and it's happening around the May full moon, so we're picking May 11th. So it all works. It's going to happen right after the service next Sunday, and so there's part of that is blessing washing ceremony, which is the Buddha, but it also is part of you, and our very own Mark and Katja will be leading that. All right, and as it was hinted already, next week is Mother's Day. So bring your mom with permission. Do not abscond with her or something like that. This one should be somewhat respectful. And so you can bring your mother or memories of your mother. If you have a photograph, we're inviting you to put them on the altar, but just to really celebrate and honor that mother. And maybe there is a mother figure that you have in your life that you also want to honor. So however you want to bring that, yes.
Can I say just one thing about that, too? So we may also invite you to come up and share something that your mother gave you, something that was really meaningful for you, something she said to you that had a really positive impact in you. So be thinking about it this week. And also, if you have a picture, come and bring it and we'll add it to the altar. Okay.
Yes. And further along, we have a Ukrainian music concert, which is a fundraiser for those in Ukraine. So there's a lot of details on the screen, but the highlight I want to go through is it's May 17th, 7 to 9 p.m. right here. And, jury, I am Fedininski. I think that's how you say it. I am low on my Ukrainian pronunciation, so. But they will bring some of the national instrumentation, and so you can see that. I think one of those is an oud. All of that. So they'll be playing that, and he makes them. Yes. So the bandura, kabsa, and torban, and so all of that is raising money to go back to Ukraine. So you can enjoy that, and also enjoy helping that feedback. I believe a year and a half, 2, maybe something like that. Yes, he lives locally, so yeah.
If you go to the events,
Yes.
pretty cool video.
Okay. So this is the time to practice your QR coding. You want to go there, watch the video that's on our site. Yes. All right. Moving on, we have this wonderful thing in the background that helps us out as a community, and it is our We've Got Your Back team. And so every month they cycle through with a point person, and this month it is Karen Rowe and Dolores Branch that are our point people. So if there's anything of assistance, maybe you're having some health challenges or whatever, and you need help getting to doctor's appointments or whatnot, or health appointments and things like that, this is the team that can really help you out. So there's that. You can always use the email, which is on there, the wgyb@unitychapelhill.org, to get in contact and find out more. Also, after every service, we have our deeper dive discussion, and we have our very own gain steer facilitating that today, and that will be the last door on the right, room 103. And so if there's anything, maybe it's the 3 R's that you need to talk about, it could be the 10%, any of that stuff. This is a great way to deepen it and embody it. So partake of that. You can get your Sacred Cafe stuff and move on into that room. So I don't know which one is going to be next. I guess it might be Sacred Cafe. So we're going to have that outside. Michael is not here, so we're going to skip this one. He won't rub you right this week because he doesn't have hands to rub you with here. Yes. He still has hands. It's just not happening today. Sorry, we're in the quantum, you know, which universe are you in? Sorry. Okay, yes, Michael is intact. Sorry, did not want to create any consternation there. Instead, we're talking about food and delight happening out on the back, on our wonderful deck out there in the lovely afternoon. And so light snacks, birthday cake, all kinds of good stuff. I know there's birthday cake because I saw it. So you're going to want to partake of that. And then if there is anything that is still moving around for you or not moving around like you would like, we have what we call our 3-minute miracle, which is you get to sit with a trained prayer partner or a trained partner, whichever you prefer. And today that is our very own Pat Webster. She will be available, and that will be happening in the last door to the left, the ministry office. And those of you online, you can always email prayer@unitychapelhill.org. Please put a phone number, otherwise we can't call you and pray with you. So that you got to do that piece, and that will also happen. And I think we've made it to where we can bring in the children.
Good afternoon, I'm Shannon, and this is Allie, and Eva, and Avison, and with 3 very powerful kids that came up today. It was fantastic. And we also had a powerful volunteer, Sue Ellen, so big thanks to her. we started talking about the power of power, the power to change and shift externally and internally our worlds. We went outside and collected some items to kind of remind us of potential power that we have. And then, of course, the sun, because the sun is powerful. And yeah, we had some. Oh, and then we started for Eva and Ava. So I asked, like, what other power can we put with the power of power, right? Wisdom and strength, faith, things that guide us as we exert our power in the world. I picked a flower and then it wilted quickly. So that's a reminder that even though I'm trying to change the world, there's, for the better, there might be consequences. So, life lessons, wow. Anyway, we'll continue talking about the power of power going forward. We're hopefully this week we'll get some spider plants into small little pots to create a fundraiser for the YFM Fund, which also help to kind of refresh and renew that area up there. We don't have specific plans, but that's our eventual goal. So hopefully by next week, if not the week after, or maybe in the end of May, we'll have a fundraiser for power plants. I think I might need some volunteers for the last 2 weeks of May. Check your email, and thank you very much.
Let's bless these children, the children of the world, the children inside us. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. And we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. All right, go find your families. And would you stand if you're able and join us in our prayer protection and the peace song. All right. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hi, it's Reverend Victoria here. I'm at Unity Center of Peace with our house band, Bright Matter.
Hello.
Yeah, and if this video has inspired you or empowered you or opened your heart, opened your consciousness, or even just given you hope, we ask that you support what we're doing here by making a donation today, going to unitychapelhill.org or clicking the link below. And we thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.